This has been exhausting. If I remember correctly from the note, there are 6 quests to do. There are also 2 hidden quests, but they are at least dealt with. 8 English letters, and I have 7 of them already. I cannot go down now, right? This is it. The final quest. What? What? No? What? You cannot just give me junk like this.
Okay. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. Alright. So here's a few things before I do start the stream. I am tired. We got the slightest delay of all time, of course. And after a bit of a situation we had, we're gonna get it through. So if I sound a little bit tired, I'm sorry. It's 1 a.m. But this is gonna be our last quest as well for this tournament as a whole. You see that as a bunch of junk of letters. It's a crazy work, but it's a very interesting one as well. It requires quite a bit of brain power as well. So if you're interested, do give it a try. But other than that, we are gonna move on to our more endgame-ish Mappool now, and we're gonna feature our finals Mappool showcase. This is gonna be getting much more difficult as maps do on. My name is Poppy. With me is a lot this time.
Hello, everyone is in Asia, specifically Southeast Asia. It is very late. Anyhow, this Mappool is probably where I cannot test reasonably anymore, especially on the rice department. I think I'm fine in F1, but definitely not the target because MWC +1 is like that. So I would just say that the Mappool is kind of screwed up.
I will say, this round we will go a little bit easy on you guys, especially on the EX picks, because of what happened in the previous rounds. But it's still gonna be a very tough round regardless. It's like overall the Mappool gets more difficult by another step, and we already saw last round's EX1 being quite a difficult challenge, and if every single one of these picks are almost as difficult, if not the same difficulty as our last round's EX1, have to be scared of that. But well, we'll see. You'll be seeing what we have prepared for this round. It's pretty interesting as well, I would say. It's still 7 Rice, 3 hybrids, 4 LNs, 2 EX, and the tiebreaker, of course. But yeah, let's take a look. Should we transition? I'm not gonna let you guys wait for a little bit longer as well. We're already delayed.
Hi. Yeah. Our first Rice pick is, as usual, going to be your single stream speed, delay, whatever you want to call it. And for this week's map, we have... This is quite the abomination. This... I would say no one would know this if not for this tournament. Like, this is how underground our map pullers are. They just know how to pull stuff out of nowhere.
Yeah. This is a edit. I had to DM Telios for editing a map because there's some parts that I want this to be changed, and they're kind enough to make a full update for this one. So they come here with 1.05 sunny shiny ring at 195 BPM. This is gonna be a free 90 BPM stream. Yeah, as we enter like MWC Grand Finals level maps, this is Mercy is down to nowhere. It's we are gonna just go full all out with how difficult the map is.
This map probably is underground if you're a tournament player, but apparently it is pretty common if you're like a for-fun player. By the Ska favorite and all that jazz. It's like a pretty classic pick. But that also means the map is going to be pretty troll. Sometimes.
There was the original version is like even crazier. There's a lot of like wacky things. Like, okay, these like little zigzags, we kept them because it's funny. But there's a lot of vocals that like had like free. It's like a free note or like free key roll, like full on free key roll, and like you have to hit a free K roll or jump shot, whatever. But we kind of removed that. So this one is just gonna be like more, I guess, straightforward, quote unquote. But those like little zigzag streams are like very difficult to.
Yeah, it is a pretty... I would say like Mapper's map, purely because like it doesn't prioritize being a tournament favoring map, but it's very clearly stylized for a mapper. Even after the edits, you can still see that trait in the zigzag patterns, the stair patterns.
Yeah, those like the zigzag things. We decided to keep them. They could trip players up, but I think with a little bit of practice, it shouldn't be too bad after playtesting for a bit. But with a 98% replay from 4Ken. Granted, this is an unwarmed score, but it's something to be scared of because free 90 BPM streams are definitely no joke. We revived Telios as a mapper for this. Crazy. Anyways, that is Rice 1. We're gonna go on to our second Rice, which is gonna be our first custom from Fronte. This is a scary map and a half because you see at the BPM, our jump stream pick is gonna be 293 BPM.
Fronte has been quite the powerhouse for Cadmium Cup, and this pick is not an exception to their mapping prowess. Haha, what a funny song.
Yeah, this song too. You're gonna see a lot of bursty jump stream over and over again.
Knowing Fronte, it's difficult to have these bursts embedded into the jump streams. Like, look at those, a lot of outliers. They play smoothly, that's the issue. Like,
a lot of like cut stream trilly patterns, I guess. You know, another very short song as well, at 2 minutes only. It's
That's
kind
very-
of kind of how we're like trying to define Rise 2 and Rise 3. One is going to be relatively shorter.
it's very like all out kind of patterning. Like, you know, raw skill is very needed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
With how
the
many like.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, like just a lot of bursts. Yeah, careful of. Yeah.
I think considering the density doubles in this map, it's reasonable to have this at 293 and maybe a Yeah, I think this map is very, very raw skill oriented compared to the usual like stamina consistency kind of archetype that's usually present in jump stream picks of tournaments.
It's a very like more out of like a normal jump stream pick, I would say, because you'll see why it would give a little bit of contrast compared to Rise 3 in a little bit, but you know, you still have to mainly be careful of the constant jump stream burst over and over again. You know, just in the Ki sections where there's just a lot of 293 BPM, so like those little one-hand trills are incredibly fast.
And we will move on to Rise 3. Hopefully no less scary. Because this is going to be the OWC 2024.
I'm mapping Rise.
I mean, Anima Immortalis Est.
This is like one of the. It's one of the first few maps I mapped for this tournament as well. I don't know why I booked the slot for Rise Finals, Rise 3, but yeah, this one's gonna be a little bit insane to say the least, with 270 hand streams.
Sitting at that level of a BPM, I am definitely expecting very continuous movements. Especially because it's probably good practice to contrast this with Rise 2 in terms of like stamina or raw skill.
Yeah, this one is like quite a big test of stamina as well. There's a little more like vocal down sections with a little bit of 1/6 or 1/5 if I remember correctly, but you know, it's like jump stream and then hand stream bursty stuff over and over again. But yeah, mind you, this map is cut. I mean, this song is cut. It was originally like 7 minutes, but even after cutting, it's 4:47, and that's not short if you ask me.
This map cannot be short.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 47 seconds, and this is a cut version, by the way. Please be very grateful that Poppy did not use the long version. I mean, the full version.
Full version would be really funny. But
I mean,
a lot like more.
Zephyr looking for edge of ground the entire 8 minutes in just grand finals. Anyhow, this is just peak.
Oh yeah.
You can only see
Oh, yeah,
this
we'll have-
dance. So this is just a big surprise. There's some players that are just super skill oriented, so this might just be a piece of cake for you.
Depends, alright, like with how many triples this map includes. I went really like zero mercy in a lot of these patterns. I even buffed this one if I remember correctly. Like this part is just so dense at OD 8.5 as well. There's just so many choke potential. Like you just lose so much stamina playing a lot of these continuous dense hand stream patterns, but you are rewarded with a break. There is one major break. This is where the cut also happens as well.
And yeah, this map is, despite the length, I think it's pretty forgiving in its intensity distribution. Like it's not entirely like 4 minutes of Handstream Gauntlet, but you can probably tell from the song and its precedenting sections when the map will get very dense and hard.
Yeah. Like, there's so many continuous hand streams over and over again, and we're gonna go to that vocal race section as well. This is where, like, I don't think there's any stops anymore until, like, for, like, a few seconds in the final part, maybe, but this is the densest section, I would say, in here.
You only have this in Future Dominators, by the way. This is not an insult, but, like, it's funny to point out.
Yeah, there's some, like, references to Delta.
Okay, you're banned.
I actually did a little bit, but, you know, it's not very relevant and not very significant. But some of these, like, wall patterns as well, you kind of recall them from last round's Rise 3. This one's gonna come back as well, but, you know, at a much higher BPM. And just when you think it's over, it's not over. There's still a little bit more. Just to make sure your stamina gets drained.
Before you place a note, tell yourself, what is the purpose of this?
Oh, the final burst as well.
Clearly the purpose is killing. That's it.
Yeah, this is a hard map as well. I don't know. It's just a bunch of hand streams continuously. You have to stay consistent at all times for what, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Given there's a break in the middle, it's like maybe 4 minutes real like jump stream thing, maybe like 4 minutes is like where the real like the main dish does occur. But
Yeah,
you know, it's still fairly long.
anyhow, I am equally excited for the Chord Jack pick. I'm pretty sure it's very screwed up.
Chord Jack is, oh god, here we go. This is also a custom map by Rizzes, gonna come in with a little bit faster, from 163 last round to 167. Okay.
Do not mention the number.
Plus 1. 166 plus 1 BPM, here we go. It's not
you're
that
so
much
funny.
faster. It's not that much faster, but it's notably denser and more stamina draining.
This map definitely prides itself on being super Omega continuous, and usually Jack maps are not supposed to be stamina heavy, but if it does, then it might as well be on such a ramp because everyone's so cracked nowadays.
It's just it just doesn't stop here. Like you can see a lot of more transition and like those like it goes from right side to left side. These are the little zigzag things. I don't even know how to call it.
This is probably your okay. Good job on getting that 200.
Just quadding the break.
Pre-face, the current replay is 9.70, but you can see the actual score is 971k, which is very low. So you can expect the second half to be much harder. Or that, or the stamina factor is catching up.
Yeah, because this is the denser section. Like that first half, you might think that part is hard, but you know, this part is where the triple frequency. Oh my days, this is getting very scary. Just so many triples, and there's one little funny pattern as well. I think in a little bit. I forgot where, but it's in a little bit.
Super funny stuff you got there. Great job. Yeah.
There's so many free note anchors constantly. Like I think like every part has a free note anchor, but okay, we're gonna enter the big retail pattern. The big.
Here the 3 note anchors when I know the ending is like this. Oh my god.
Like that, like parallelogram of a jack pattern, if you will. That one thing.
We're learning geometry. Oh my god, I'm just speechless.
That one, like,
Somehow it's seeable.
there's just so much like gimmicks in this map hidden that, you know, watching the replay might not look very like notable, but playing it feels very like you have to be able to control your fingers very, very well.
Yeah. Anyhow, side tangent. Apparently my mic is so stupid that the fan is interfering with my voice, so I'm turning off the fan right now. Considering the weather
Yeah, I
in
mean,
this,
it was
considering the weather here is at a fucking hot summer and the what is it again? The humidity is also very high. I am actually sweating buckets right now, but it is out for the
it was
viewers.
like cutting off like half the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
GG.
Thank
Oopsie.
you. I'm going to buy a new mic very soon because this is unbearable.
Yo, wait, that's crazy. Wait,
I have
no way.
money. I have money now. I'm a rich man.
No
Actually,
way.
not really. But
It's been like years since Lord has a good mic, by the way. I don't think he ever has one.
yeah, it was originally a laptop mic, so it's even worse. Anyhow, let's move on to our wild cards, and the first wild card to bless your fingers is going to be Hachiko's Pétale sur la Brie
The
by
what?
Katagiri.
I don't get it. Okay, this map is unusually long as well. I don't know why we decided to pull a 4-minute edit, but you know, deal with it, I guess. This map was originally, I mean, it's not necessarily a custom from Hachi. They got that like map like all the way a few years ago, I think. I forgot, but we decided to cut a little bit of LNs and make it ODA.
Anyhow, yeah. This, I believe the title translates to petals floating on the wind. However, the map certainly does not reflect that gracefulness at all. Look at those abrasive mini-jacks embedded onto graces. It's all the finger control and multifaceted one. Also long jack. W jack.
It's a lot of bursty transition sections. You don't really expect like look at that long jack. You don't really expect Katagiri to make songs like this, but you know, these kind of more bursty, I don't know, not really terminal 11, but like more maybe thrums or like some silent rune work that Katagiri kind of probably took inspiration of. These kind of more unnatural bursts and drums do come in, and you know, a lot of these unnatural and abrasive bursts are also being in play here.
Also, the difficulty is also on recognizing the MIDI jacks, which I think is surprising because, like, usually you would expect a late game map to just be raw skill focused, but recognizing the MIDI jacks might be essential to not miss. With that nailed, you can probably try to transition in and out the burst, but as a good dancer, it probably is inevitable that you have to go all out and maybe try to avoid the misses.
Yeah, mini jacks are usually those kind of patterns that you kind of want to focus on hitting them, because without focus you would just miss it. It's mini jacks are always like these kind of patterns that you make you need to practice, I guess, or like at least be aware of some of these bursts that are happening, and you try to have to focus more on controlling your fingers, and that could drain your stamina as well with like trying too hard to hit the mini jacks. And with this map being 4 minutes long, that could be felt pretty strongly, I would say.
That's true, that's true. Aside from that, I do see some stress-based patterns here and there. Like, I see column 3 having a lot of mini jacks for the past 6-ish measures. So this kind of concentrated stress on one finger might be one aspect that can trip you up. Like you expect the onslaught to stop on that one finger, but it just keeps going. For example,
Yeah. Final. We still have like 20% of the way to go as well. Like there's not a lot of breaks even. That's like the hardest part of this map too, with how continuously dense that this map is. There's not much breaks for you to work with. You just have to be consistent and doing all these finger control patterns for 4 minutes and 27 seconds. This is absurd stuff if you ask me, but players can do it. I cannot, but people can do it crazy.
finally, it's over.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't matter because like the outro is exceedingly short. Also, beware Percy players.
Dude, it's so funny because there's so many long LNs in this map. Like not just this map pool, like this whole tournament. Like there's just a lot of these long LNs that just expose the Percy.
I believe that Percy is just a coincidental blessing, and and by exploiting it, we accept that there are disadvantages that we cannot run away from.
True. This is why LN meta is so meta.
So
Use the
true.
Percy.
Anyhow, dump. Right 6.
Dump from a mapper that only mapped in early game. He's gonna come back. Say hi to Kimui.
This guy definitely does not map only early game. AMM2, I believe there's also THMC4. Yeah, this guy has mapped a few late game maps, but I think this is probably the highest difficulty map of this. Maybe?
Yeah. I think it definitely is one of the hardest, if not the hardest. Like, MWC Grand Finals level from Kimui is very, very tough, especially when we already outrated it as well. Like, at 1.1, say hi to Iowa song, but it's not sang by... It's not like a full Iowa song, it's covered by a Jiro, I think, who's Korean? If I remember, I could be wrong, I'm sorry.
Anyhow,
we buffed this by quite a bit with 1.1 and only 8.5.
This map is so tricky for a dump, and it's like tech and dump at the same time. The aesthetics are also very non-straightforward. The graces do not guide your motion intuitively at all.
Yeah, it's just... It's the breaky section as well. You still have to deal with some of these rolly, gracie patterns. Mainly just how Kimboy likes to map, right? Just like very slow graces that kind of makes it look like a stream. That but implemented with a lot of these stream components, speedy bursts afterwards, it makes it a very finger control-y dump map. Unlike the previous few rounds where it's more like an Eterna core 1/6 stream, dump stream, 1/5, 1/7 dump stream. This one's more like a more bursty dump, I guess, if that makes sense.
I think the lucky part of this map is that it's pretty repetitive, so sometimes you probably know what to expect.
Yeah.
Like the first and second chorus are the same. Some of the third chorus as well. That kind of goes for all K-pops, I mean J-pop songs, but
you don't really expect like songs like this to be done this hard, like, you know. Iowa songs are like known for being relatively chill, but Kimui is here mapping it in a very interesting way to make this map look very dense. And there's like a little one-hand stroke as well. Into the final part, this map is still fairly long. I mean, sure, we saw like 2 4-minute map in a row, but 3 minutes of a dump at OD 8.5 is still very, very difficult. Like, look at these bursts, it just gets super dense over time. Long jack as well.
so true. Yeah, I think technically not Kimui's hardest map because at 1.0 it's around MWC semifinals, but we'll just assume this is close enough. I mean, even in 1.0, it's still fairly dense for this vocal intensity, anyways.
Yeah, definitely requires quite a bit of finger control. It's not an easy task to FC maps like this, but very, very interesting and clean map from Kimui. Mamoiro no Kagi gonna be our rice dump. Looking very crazy so far. But there's still one more rice. There's still one more rice map we have to go through. And as ironic as this is the last rice, but if you don't count EX1, of course, as ironic as the quote-unquote last rice, it's gonna be, I think, the shortest. And it's gonna be mapped by none other than we have to me.
Yep. We love Poppy. Hooray!
Wow. It's a classic song. Classic song. Very classic song. I'm gonna come into map this piece of thing with a lot more mini jacks and dumb oriented, like dumb stream kind of thing. It's not exactly dumbs that you see in a Right 6, but I think you can already tell with the mini jack usage I have here.
It's like the dumpiness is fairly intuitive because the rhythms present themselves very well. I mean, it's a fairly straightforward song anyway.
We're gonna move on to this section where this is hard. There's a lot of 1/6 jump stream or hand stream, even transition with mini jacks over and over again. A lot of transitioning you have to do in this map.
This is surprisingly similar to Race 5, I believe, but yeah, distinctively the map is more rigid in its patterning, and there are also like a raw skill emphasis somewhat. Like you can feel the map is not super hard to act, at least compared to whatever tech abomination we had in Race 5 and Race 6, but it's going to definitely go all out in the density and the frequency of just dense, jacky, anchory patterns in general.
Yeah, that's like the difference between this and Race 5. It's always not a hard task to fully be different than other maps, but this one you can tell it's just a lot more rigid hand stream or jump stream dumpy patterns. It's like a mix of simple, but jump stream is simple, but it's mapped at 1/6, which makes it a little bit more like a dump vibe map, but overall it feels like hand stream or jump stream. But with some mini jacks transitioning in between, it's a little bit more finger control heavy. Hence it being like a mixed rice, I guess. There's a mix of jump stream, dump, and some finger control.
Yeah, anyhow, we are going to switch to, I believe, the Ellen Mappool.
No, hybrid. We have hybrid.
Oh my god,
hybrid one. Hybrid one. This guy trolling. Welcome to another Chen, and I think Chen and Rhino collab this. I don't know why they keep collabing Hybrid 1. They just have this weird obsession to collab Hybrid 1s between Chen and Rhino.
Okay, but it's a custom. We love customs in this household. However, this is 275 BPM. Let's think about it for a second. Grand Finals Hybrid 1 in MWC 25 is 300 BPM, so this has to be super dense. Yeah, this is very dense.
You'll be right. It is in fact very dense. I mean, to be fair, MWC Hybrid 1 isn't full jump stream, but you can tell with that trills as well. Just so many gimmicky trill, one hand trilly jump stream patterns in this one. it's a very, very difficult map. 6.97 stars as well with these LN and very anchory, streamy hybrid patterns. It's basically the main dish of this map for around 2 minutes or so. 2 to 3 minutes actually, it's almost 3 minutes. I read it wrong. But
Consistency, raw skill, whatever, dense hybrid patterns are not enough. You have tech stuff as well. At least it's flowy and fairly intuitive looking, but that doesn't mean it doesn't act as an outlier. This does feel like a mini tiebreaker in some sense.
Yeah, kind of. And signature some more speedy streams as well. Our like streamy hybrid isn't just jump stream, so there's sometimes these like speed stream patterns as well. There's still streams, right? So just to make this map a little bit more flavored, but with a break part, I think we're gonna move on to our main key fairly soon. So buckle up. We're gonna see why this map's 6.9 stars very soon.
Very, very excited for the final chorus, and at this point I can just say, whatever break you just got, please utilize it well.
Yeah, here we go. This is where like the more very dense elements does come in. These are 275 jump stream transition with 1/6 stumps, I think? 1/6 burst over and over again. And here this is where the 6.9 comes in. These are crazy bursts. A lot of 1/6 or even 1/8 if I remember correctly. It gets super omega dense. You have to stay very controlled because in a lot of these patterns there's still a lot of anchors in between, like that final ending as well.
I fear the trill, because like you expect it to end, but then there is a whole like 5-note anchor on the left hand,
Yeah.
and you are just dead. Please do not miss or column lock, by the way. That's going to be very damaging to your score.
Absolutely. So practice your Mappool. Practice your Mappool. This is another one of those maps where like if you Cyber you kinda just die. So especially with a lot of these more finger control stream patterns, it gets very, very difficult to hold easily. So do make sure you are prepared for this map if you do want to try or want to pick it, or if you fear your opponent to pick it. But yeah, fourth impact, mapped by Chen and Rhino. Again, I don't know which part is mapped by Chen, which part is mapped by Rhino.
That's a sign of a good collab.
They love collabing hybrid ones. I just don't.
Yep.
Know. You can ask them.
And yeah,
They're abandoning
good job.
me. I'm not a host. The
good
other two
job!
hosts are
Yay!
mapping.
Hooray! Good job.
Yeah. Oh.
Inkscape. This is quite the throwback.
Oh. Immediately go back in time to Soft 6 and direct reuse. I think Soft 6 also used 1.1. I forgot which round. I think it was finals as well. But yeah, 220 DPM shields. Yeah. Good luck.
It's actually grand finals in South 6. Keep in mind, the race difficulty of South 6 was supposed to be 1 round above NWC at that time. Hybrids and elements, I think, are still kind of outdated compared to nowadays, so
Yeah.
it's definitely equal to NWC grand finals.
Yeah. That's we were thinking of pulling 1.05, but then like, nah. Let's put 1.1 because we can.
True.
This map, it's just evil. High trill. But I think the main dish that makes this map really, really hard to combo is just the free note anchors over and over again.
Tough Daddy has this mapping style that's very rigid to play. If you can play it, and then it feels very snappy, but if you cannot, then it's going to really attack your miscount.
Okay, these long jacks, they are so difficult to hit. I don't even know how the replay is doing it, but Just these very fast pre-no anchors and these like shield spam as well. It gets very tricky. These patterns just does not stop. We end with this section where it's actually a lot easier. But we're gonna go back to more shields because it's hybrid 2. It's shields.
This map definitely deserves a spot here, or maybe even higher, but surely our players are going to be able to combat this. I think this is a bit Rice biased, and considering the current remaining players, it might still be fine. I don't know. Look at those.
Nah, they're fine. We gotta not worry about the players. They're on another level. I don't even know. But, you know. So just because of that exact same reason, we're not gonna hold back at all. But yeah, Inscape, very classic soft 6 map as well. I think if you are like in like the tournament scene for just a little, not even that old, just like maybe since like 2022 or so, you should definitely know this map.
Yeah, I think apparently Snow said that this is also put in North America Mania Tournament 2023 as well. So it probably is an old relic that's appreciated then and now.
Yeah, for sure. Gonna be appreciated again in Cadmium Cup. But Hybrid 2 is done. Hybrid 3 is always the weird one. So, man, if we have a weird map style and we have Rhino paired up, this is a very good song, by the way. Mamone is a very good artist, in my opinion, one of the more underrated ones. But that aside, we're gonna get into more technical hybrid, shall we?
Thank you, Cadmium Cup, for producing very banger hybrid 3s with very interesting song choices, especially Daria Core. We love Daria Core.
Well, I think me, Rhino, and someone somewhere as well, we really like to make Daria Core's map Daria Core songs. Even though it's like a very hard task to map Daria Core, to be honest, because there's just so many layers of sound that you can like try to map, and it gets a little bit messy at times if you want to try to represent a lot of them. So, you know, it takes a lot of effort, and this one's no different.
This one definitely feels more controlly than like flare-based tech patterns. In my opinion, like sometimes you have maps that are like reading-based where the patterns are hard to recognize because of how messy they look. But this one, I think they're moderately messy, but still recognizable. The difficulty is mainly managing your fear control. Like look at those shields embedded into burst and then the stop and go motions overall. It's not super apparent, but like it's there. You can feel it.
Right. In terms of song choice as well, last like 2 rounds, I think Datura and Escapism, which is quarterfinals and semi-finals hybrid 3, their songs are like very abrasive, like techy, unnatural beats kind of songs. Like, this one's more continuous. The beats you can definitely tell it's 184 BPM, but a lot of more like Gracie and shieldy patterns that they make have a lot of more abrasive-ish bursts. Even though it's not as like abrasive as the previous rounds, you can tell like it's going back to the style of round of 16 hybrid 3, I guess, but of course this one being much more difficult. We're gonna go to our final quarter.
Thank you for keeping Daria Core scene alive, but
True.
the players are probably not the alive people in this scene.
This map is evil, and here we go. This is where the stop and go does come in a little bit more, so I guess that kind of adds up the abrasive part, but these like very messy like little patterns, they get very tough to just control in general.
This section is more single stream focused compared to the last ones, so I'd say it's very ACK oriented as well. Like the URL is just all over the place. So much blue and green.
This is a lot of different patterns you have to be careful of. But although definitely less like abrasive as previous rounds, there's that technical side of things definitely amplifies with how many graces and some mini jack bursts that this map constantly is giving. Compared to Hybrid 2, where like the jacks are like more rigid with streams mostly being 1/4, this one just has everything.
The all-rounded tech hybrid. I can't believe that is a thing, but hi.
Yeah. Is it morning? It's 2 in the morning. So what is it already morning? Indeed it is.
It's 1 a.m. here, but yes.
Yeah, so
Coffee is
2
8.
a.m.
Let's go.
Wow. And then just as you thought, we are done with Rhino maps, we are gonna go on to LM1, which is also gonna be a Rhino map.
Get screwed. 300 BPM, by the way.
300!
300 BPM.
Congratulations.
This is not supposed to happen. The MWC maps are only 290 BPM. Solo Score Rush LN1 was 300 BPM. If you see this number, you may think it is one round above, but hi.
Yeah. In compensation of the fact that this one's faster than supposedly, this one's relatively light. But I don't even know if you can tell much by how much lighter it is. But you know, there's not much anchors, I guess, but it's a very fast timing hell map, you can tell. And you know, just a lot of releasey timing hell patterns over and over again. It's also why the OD is a little bit lower, only 7, just to compensate for the fact that this map's fast. But, you know, another Daria core song, if you will.
This map being light would mean that it's probably more light and fast. Would mean the reverse sheets are much harder to hack. And luckily we have only 7 for that. Luckily. I think the modern standard is probably 7.3, just in case the players are getting too good, but we are probably just min-maxing the statistics.
I mean, to be fair, it's just mainly because why it's OD7 is just because it's just super fast. So we think it's a little bit fair. You give you guys a little bit more leeway to hit these very bursty timing hell patterns. But it doesn't mean this map's easy at all, just because it's OD7 only. Like this is the only break you get, by the way. Like that the whole time we were yapping, this map never really like went down in terms of intensity. This one little tiny build-up section into the final part, it's a very, very tough map to hold control. So it's crazy that Matcha's able to hold comp for this long, but yeah, and we're gonna go back to more bursty LN timing hell stuff. Yeah.
I love timing hells. Certainly, I would say a lighter map works on my favor because I'm a release-focused player instead of a shoot-based player. But if a player is benefited from such a map, and some other players will not, and if you're one of them, I share my condolences. But this is a tournament; you do not get mercy here.
Yep. Artist name is interesting. CUN7. We're not going to say what it means. My love for you will begin after I kill you. This is a crazy song title. Anyways, it's like the kind of Daria core song titles be like, haha, funny. But yeah, Rhino out here just spamming Daria core to everyone. It's a good thing. Appreciate art. But you know what else is art? Density.
Hi, matcha latte.
Matcha playing matcha map.
I love
Nice.
matcha lattes. They're so good. Like the taste is impeccable. However, this is a player, and the player is also impeccable in his skill.
Yeah, matcha latte. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow, matcha latte. Okay. Anyways, this map is a 243 BPM. We are going insane. This song is you might recognize the song from the Love set, but this is not the Gamma one. This is not the high pitched Alvin and the Chipmunks version. This one's a actually good version, and you know, map by matchup, this one's gonna be ramped up to 1.35. This is a reuse back in Korean Extraterrestrials tournament in semi-finals, as an LN2 as well, at the same rate. They're gonna be used here.
This map is pretty inverse heavy, which means a lot of finger control, but it is to be expected from late game density, else it will just become some sort of manipulable, hackable LN speed pick with echelons that you can just cheese. Yeah.
Try to combat that by the fact that this map does include a lot of anchors, as you saw in that one Ki section. 2 minutes and 45 seconds long. This map doesn't have much room other than this one break. Not super stamina heavy, I would say, but you know, sometimes that like anchor technicality or some one-hand throws, full LN by the way, it's a little bit hard to control, and it's also relatively fast as well. I mean, it's standard BPM for MWC Grand Finals, but it's no easy task.
Yeah, very worthy slot, but it's still the easier to act map compared to the three other Allen picks. So I would say it's pretty deserved that the map is harder in some other aspect, especially because this is a solo tournament and many players are expected to be more push oriented overall.
Yeah, solo tournaments be like, there's so many, like, since when did CYC became push tournament? But you know, look at this final ending, it gets super dense, 7.3 stars is why this ending section, a lot of dense hand streams, I think, a lot of one hand trills, a very beautiful song, yeah. But
If
also
only people
very
are not
scary,
so acquainted to the palette gamma version.
We're not talking about the Gamma version. I don't know. I don't really like pitched up by a million. It just sounds like they're squeaking. This one's like really
It's a
good.
pitch I cannot even reach with my vocal cords.
They're just like
Like
it's like going up like to the stratosphere. I don't even know what that song is. Like okay, I mean I'm not doing an impression of Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I just did and I kind of died internally. Goodbye, chicken.
Goodbye, chicken. Good. Okay. Man, wow, what a map. Good map, by the way. This map's really fun. But anyways, you know what's also fun?
Yes,
Tech.
Alan Tech.
Tech. Why is Yunazu's back? Yunazu mapped LN3 last round. He's gonna map the exact same thing.
It's an N-Dog song, so it's pretty funny that N-Dog is mapping a tech viable song, but considering we know them for some of the more like drum and bass focused stuff, Dream of Falling into the Sea from VNC 2024, Delusions from Rest Cup 2024 Grand Finals Tiebreaker, all that jazz, but hi, this is going to be needed you.
This is not like a typical song that I expect N-Dog to make, but you know, Yunazu gonna come in to like, oh nice miss. Make a very art-like map. Last round we saw a lot of race LNs. This one's not too different. You see why. Very long intro as well. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Only 7.4. 7.4 is a very high number, and you'll see why. I don't even need to say anything. Like, what is this? This map just speaks for itself. No comment. No comment.
This is really so similar to last round because like it's very grace oriented, but sometimes you need that grace oriented map to really get a reality check that graces when you so continuously can trip you up and make you lose track of the rhythm.
Yeah. Losing track of rhythm is so scary in maps like this. You just start getting 200 on literally every single map. I mean, every single node, every single map, every single node. Like, there's so many dense patterns. Like, look at this. This is no mercy at all for players. How can you act this? I don't know. I just don't know.
I think with the accuracy, the execution difficulty is still there. I mean, the difficulty on reading is a lot easier, but that has always been the case. Now it's just how you execute it, and everyone has an equal chance here, so do not complain. If you die, it's skill issue or something, I don't know.
Yeah. FCing this map in itself is a very hard task. But you know, acting this is like borderline impossible.
Yeah,
Just
and
a very evil map, if you ask me. Just super evil.
Your LN4 map is probably not any less evil, so
Yeah, LN4 is definitely not less evil. Last round, LN4, we had Akazumi mapping a 7-7 remix. A 7-7, but like... Oh, well, wow, very original. This map is also going to be a 7-7, but like... But it's a different mapper and a different song as well.
You're so funny.
This is one of the craziest maps I've seen, by the way. It's a very similar style than LN4 last round. Well, mainly because it's the same artist, but this one compared to last round being more like jump stream or like density kind of focused, this one is just burst dumps.
If you notice your opponent choking on burst and LN density, which last round has quite a lot, I believe Kagata no Sekade or something. That map by Fronte is very burst oriented, and if you realize some kind of weakness in your opponent, you can pick this. It's a very bursty map, and look at those anchors. This is an outlier, low key.
Compared to the last round, this one is a lot more speed oriented as well. Speed LNs is something that can be implemented in maps like this. There's all these speedy bursts. Very fun to hit, I would say, but you know, with how a lot of these unusual snapping makes them very hard to act, this is also why the OD is 6.8.
6.8. We have quite a lot of OD lower than 7 maps in this tournament.
Yeah. OD plays a lot of role in this tournament, man. I don't know why, but when you pair with maps like this, OD kind of amplifies things, but you know, the main thing is still how dumpy and speed this map is. Look at that, like one little burst. It gets very, very scary. This density focused section as well. A lot of bass sounds.
I'd be pretty... I would probably fanboy over this map. Like, it's the type that I would play pretty well. Except maybe this part. What is that one-handed anchor? Jack, whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna. That was an endless one-hand trail.
Die.
It's you know. This is why this map is such a difficult chart.
No one can play this, confirmed.
No, they can play it. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people that are just omega cracked. Like, what do we have left? We have SDKL Snow in winners bracket, and then we have Bane, Yellow, and Angela and Miniac. They can handle it. They can handle it.
Surely.
Look at these bursts though. Oh my lord.
Just
This final section. I was waiting for this one.
This is just pseudo Jack. Okay, this is where I just question my sanity. This is not real. This can't
That
be real.
ending. That ending, bro.
I feel so dizzy.
Indeed,
such a funny
it's
person.
like a map to make you feel nauseous almost. I mean, in a good way though. Such a cool map in that, especially at ending. So kind of the patterns that I play for warm up as well, which is really funny. Even though I would completely crumble in a lot of these patterns, it's patterns that are very interesting. RIP FC. I hope Matcha is okay with this map being an FC choke at the final 2 notes, but you know. A very tough map regardless.
Yeah, I mean, with that diabolical ending and the hand stream part, I would say it is very diabolical.
It is more than diabolical. We are, again, holding back nothing. And we're not even in grand finals, but you know, have a little bit of a taste of what grand finals would look like with EX1 and 2.
I was gonna use that show.
Oh.
Sadness. Anyhow, X1. This, I believe, is a pretty recently made custom.
It is. It's a very late custom. Because someone couldn't map a map and then Yuna was like, I can speed map EX1, and then here it is. I did say we will go a little bit easier on you guys for EX this round, just because the other picks are evil enough already, but this one is still noticeably harder than the other Rice picks. But like, why is this map just 5.6 stars? I don't really know. But you know, 202 BPM speed or mini jacks, whatever you call it, it's gonna be very hard to play.
It's like Res 7, but it's harder and longer.
Yeah, it is. Wow. It does look very much like my Worldwide Superstar. But basically the main thing of this map is it does get progressively harder, especially in the final part, but like some of these little long jacks just make it very, very scary. But here we go.
We love the mini jacks and implied mini jacks in this household. Also, these mini jacks have like the motions they imply are very, very tricky. Like the Nose pattern, Lock's Petrimino pattern, or something.
Petrimino pattern.
It's like a Z-axis. You know that?
We're playing Tetris in Osumania. Look at these finger control
I've been
patterns.
saying this.
That's so funny. I mean, you know, Yunazu did map Izumi, which was the quarterfinals EX1, which that one was like the most insane one still. This one, it doesn't really replicate what Izumi did, but you know, you can tell that some of those mini jacks nature that Yunazu has left in this map, they're still being felt here, and here we go. Copy paste.
It's copy pasting. But it's middle anchors and that one jump through burst. Very dense all of a sudden.
I think dense isn't the only word here though. It's dense. Like you look at the density, it's actually, it looks like density that's similar than what we had in our Rice regular picks, but that technicality in this map is just out of our minds. There's so many mini jacks over and over again.
Yeah, anyhow, the map does explore a lot of ways the mini jack burst can be presented. Like, so the previous parts are more straightforward and beatly. This one is more polyrhythmic.
Yeah. Look at these. This is supposed to be the break part. Look at these dumpy section. No room for for breaks really. These like little long jack dumps. very control heavy. So even you can't really take a lot of breaks. Look at these speed jacks, it just gets crazy. Because, you know, at the end of the day, EX1 is still the kind of experimental slash just let Mapper have fun kind of fix, right? Like, there's a lot more unconventional patterns compared to regular Rice picks that you see. And in the final TI, we're gonna... Are we ready? It gets really dense. I'm not here. But, you know,
This
you
is
can
deceivingly
just
light, by the way. I know this definitely plays much harder than it looks.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's definitely much harder than it looks, just because of how many technical finger control patterns you have to do. It's so hard just to FC this alone. Supposedly harder than MWC Grand Finals. There's so many control patterns you have to be fully aware of. Picking this in itself is a risk on its own. And we're still not done with how long this map is as well. 5 minutes and 26 seconds.
Considering the TI, this can't be like around 90 seconds long. I think it's reasonable. This map will kill your stamina to its finest.
Oh yeah.
Absolute.
Stamina gone after this. Kind of a trend as well. Picking maps like EX1 makes you like really tired overall. So, oh yeah, this ending. That's what I'm talking about. This ending is just to make sure. If you think it's not hard enough, this part should convince you that this map is hard enough. Look at this ending, man. Wow.
Goodbye, chicken.
Goodbye, stamina.
And
Goodbye.
Also say goodbye to whatever sanity you have left with the final pick of this Mappool, X2.
Yeah, because this is EX1. EX2, Rhino loves mapping finals, I don't know why.
Hello, Cirrus.
Yeah. Cyrus? Whatever. Flow of Wind. Man.
Anakuma Chifuyu, very signature vocalist or I don't know, Utao of Cirrus.
Yeah, it's a very classic song. It's a very chill song. So, ironic that this map is our EX2. Relatively shorter. Like, you see last round we have a 2 double 5-minute EX map. This one's gonna be 5 minutes, but then this one's just 4. But I think 4 minutes is enough because it gets really wild card technically in the start.
This map is very tech focused, and the shields are probably going to kill some of those players who cannot play Rice. For example, me. I'm such a weakling. Ow.
Okay. Yeah, sure, bro. I probably can't even S-rank this.
Anyhow. Yep. This map is very important anyhow and anyways.
It's like a full LN convert, bro, I swear. Like, those like shieldy patterns generated are just super dense. So much control needed. Look at these LN bursts. You know, it's funny is because this map's only 7.7.
727. I'm just kidding.
No, what? That's not even. It's not even remotely close.
It's like when I see 6 and 7 like just remotely related, and I say 6, 7, haha. Yeah, I'm brain rotted. Sorry.
What are we doing?
Anyhow, ample breaks. Surprisingly, they're still release focused, so you can still drop your 200s. But if you have already dropped so much accuracy in the previous parts, then it might not really matter anymore. You just gotta conserve stamina and maybe sacrifice your accuracy in the easier parts to compensate for the harder parts, and make sure you do not die.
Yeah, maps like this, I think comboing is quite a good priority to focus on. just because like misses in this map can be super detrimental. Like look, these patterns are just inviting the dirtiest misses of all time. Very finger controlling in this build-up section. Going back towards our main KI, this gets super dense. A very like consistency stamina training, man. Here we go. The main KI.
This is so chill, but like we can dump. So here's your dump. There's nothing as of limit. So yeah, this map definitely lives up to its name despite the ample breaks.
So much speedy, streamy patterns and just constantly coming at you. It doesn't even stop in this final like 10% of the map. It gets even more denser. Not a single rise is seen almost. Everything here is full long notes. 7.8 stars with final 1.6, 1.7 typing, and into this final trill section just to make sure you are dead. Just no mercy by any means. Have to conserve all the stamina you have for this final ending. So yeah.
Make sure you can still read this, by the way. Like this kind of patterning is probably the kind that will mess you up the most when you lack the mental capacity to go on.
Kind of ending as well is pretty interesting. A lot of like the weird Broly bursts for each of that sin thing. It's a very weird map to begin with. Flow of Wind map by Rhino. Rhino mapping 3 customs this round is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. But yeah.
Hooray! Anyhow.
Wow. What a it's been an hour. This
What a map pool.
marks the end of the EX pool as well as the maps that players can pick. We're left with one map. This map is partially the reason why this stream got delayed in the first place. Second, the reason is because of myself. I'm sorry. But other than that,
Kill
TV.
myself.
TV.
Welcome to the realm of nil gravity. Wow, I did not even introduce that properly. I love stuttering.
On the realm of neo-gravity, this is better that lot you introduced, which is just you and someone somewhere's map.
This is a gay collab between me and my husband, also known as my boyfriend, someone somewhere or something. Also, the diff name says reality inversion, by the way, but it's reversed because inversion. I'm really funny. I get it.
Oh, I was gonna say what is his diff name? Oh, I just realized. That's crazy.
Anyhow, I think the intro is by me, and then this one is someone somewheres, and he's going to be responsible for most of the first half.
Yeah.
Starting off with this great core part, very stop and go, heavy chord usage. You can probably manipulate somewhat. Just gotta pray that you recognize how to manipulate.
So many cutie dense sections you can see here. A lot of Jackie and long Jack. Ooh, look at these patterns. They're very clean, but they're very evil for sure. A lot of signature someone somewhere like hybrids, I guess. Some of these very fast shields that you have to control your fingers very well into this very Jack heavy section.
I just want to say that build-up got nerfed. It was way higher before. Like, it was just continuous anchors, like 16 anchors, I believe.
Oh god.
I really screwed up, but I love you nevertheless.
Yeah, sure. We get it.
This kind of LN density, broken stream, whatever, dense mixed stuff is going to be pretty apparent throughout the whole map as this clocked in at 275 BPM. Anyhow, your next one is going to be anchor-based hybrid. This also got nerfed, by the way, but by someone somewhere himself because he's very ET. I love my hubby.
Oh my lord. Anyways,
Sorry!
yeah, dude, just so much movement transitional anchors. Like, I don't even know what to call these. I'm just generating words out of my mouth. There's a lot of bursts and jags alternating. Have to be fully aware of a lot of these patterns. It gets very difficult, but we're halfway through.
Yeah,
I think we're entering to your part.
indeed. Almost. We still have a breakcore part left.
Oh. Yeah, this part we at least very dense bursts.
This is definitely someone somewhere mapping at its finest.
Yeah, you can tell. Look at these jags. You kind of recall them from all the way back to his quarterfinals map as well. Like qualifiers, not quarterfinals.
This really got bricked up, actually.
Yes.
Well, now you know what.
Yo.
You know what did him is like that. It's intentional, by the way.
Look at these. Finally, we have a break. Oh, now this is your part, right? Right?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, my bad. I keep forgetting. But
Yeah. I think it's a bit more into it's my part.
Relatively, the one single break part that you have is this.
Okay, there's my part.
Yeah.
Alternatively, the replayer says my part is clean and therefore more digestible, but you can probably judge for yourself.
Typical density, we have what, 275 density.
Yes, and outlier patterns too, because this is a tiebreaker.
Yeah, those are like 275 in ejects period.
Now to your dense mix part and then tech stuff. I loved messy, all-rounded multi-genre stuff or whatever.
It's just a super technical, but very. It's like rigid and technical at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but these kind of trilly patterns make this map just so difficult on its own. You know, we had like Grand Finals like MWC Grand Finals TV level.
Thank you someone somewhere for mapping the 2 last seconds of the outro.
Yeah, because someone cannot map it in time, right? Because someone cannot map it in time, obviously. Wow.
Anyhow, it is 2:35 a.m. for Popey, 1:35 a.m. for me. I believe it should be similar to the streamer Jugamu.
Yeah, it's also 2:30 for us. Yeah.
Pat the puppy.
Jugamu is always doing this like every time. I don't know why. He just keeps doing this.
It's good. I keep patting my hubby's PFP every time we VC and I stream.
Yeah. We get it. Guys.
Sorry.
We get it.
Anyhow, this concludes this finals Mappool showcase. This is a very interesting to end it with a very furious map. Very furry.
Oh damn it.
Very
God damn it. Shoot. Alright. Transition. Doing with transition. Yeah, transition. This has been a very, very tough map to make, I would say. There's a lot of like little stuff, but it's also a lot of like work behind. That Rice 5 was a train wreck trying to pull one because we just could not find a single Rice 5 that's suitable. But in the end, Hachi coming in clutch with her map, and you know, that one's the one we use now. And yeah, a lot of interesting maps to play start with, I would say. The Rice 2, definitely one of the more notable, but very tricky maps. And what was it? Rice, no, LM1. LM1 was also one of the more interesting picks in my opinion, because of 300 BPM coordination, very, very weird. But it's a very clean but difficult map, all things considered. And finally, EX1 is definitely something that players have to look out for. It's a very technical, typical Yunasu work stuff. It's a fairly tough and probably impossible round for me to play most of the maps. It's a very scary weekend following up by, so hopefully players will be able to play them somewhat well. Wish you guys the best of luck.
And apparently my worries about the tiebreaker is resolved by the fact that the replayer just aced all the parts I thought were hard. So you good luck. I'm not holding back anymore. The grand finals tiebreaker is probably gonna be really, really hard, of course.
Yeah, do stay tuned because we are down to our final 2 weeks. The remaining 6 players, once again, do want to congratulate SDKL4, Snow, Yellow, Mini Egg 23, I think is 23, Angela 202133, and Vane. These are the top 6 players. You guys have to fight to the death. Well, not for SDK and Snow because they're in winner's bracket, so even if one of them loses, they're still alive. But, you know, they still have the final few exciting matches yet to come, so for other people, do stay tuned for those crazy matches again. First to 7 points wins. Whoever gets top 6 gets top 6, whoever gets top 4 gets top 4, and the remaining 3 will be able to move on to the finale.
Yeah.
They have to pass this finals test first. So, once again, best of luck.
Anyhow, the final quest for Poppy has been released, and it is in the finals round. So something different is happening in grand finals. I'll just say that.
Grand finals is going to be a very exciting round, I would say. You do want to find out how Poppy ends up, because he's in a little bit of a pickle now. It's a tough task. It's a tough task. Poppy has worked hard. So have I. Well, I don't know. If have I don't even know. But the Poppy, the character definitely has done a lot of things. But yeah. Best of luck.
Yeah. Bye.
I don't know what to say.
It's time to sleep.
Time to sleep. Time to sleep. No, I have to upload my maps. Okay. We're fine. Alright. See you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Again, I apologize for the delay. This is mostly my fault, but it's also some other issues.
Stupid. Hi, I am very stupid.
It's fine. It's fine. But hopefully it's not going to cause too much of a problem. Mappool will be out very soon. Don't you worry. I think Stats is basically out as well. So I'll make a proper announcement about it in a bit. But other than that, that's going to be it for today. See you guys this next weekend.